Hey guys, so today for this video, I'm gonna talk about something that's pretty it's kind of personal to me in that sense, because as you guys already would have known from the title of this video, I'm gonna talk about my bullying story, which took place from the time I was 13 years old till I was 16 years old, right? And I've actually done this video a few times, but I feel like it wasn't done properly, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully this is the last time I'm filming a video on that, and then after, just be like, you know what, that's my past, I'm moving on from my past for once and for all. Yeah, because those 4 years of my life, from the time I was 13 to 16, so that's my secondary school life, right? Oh my god, my bullying literally it broke me and it shattered me into pieces, because when I entered that school I was this naive innocent kid, and then I kind of faced real world down there. Basically, I feel I saw the worst of the world down there in my secondary school, and then it broke me. And you know what, actually the reason why I'm making this video is because this is for people out there, who are going through bullying right now, who are constantly put down by people, or by society around you. I just want you guys to know that whatever you are going through right now, it's part of the plan. God literally is giving it to you right now, so that um he's probably you're breaking down right now, he's probably breaking you, but trust me, after that, trust the process. After that, you're going to grow into a much stronger, confident human being. Because honestly, if it was not for those days, if I was not bullied when I was a teenager, I don't think I would even have the guts today to talk to the camera about my life story in general. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's get into the video of what happened to me and how I got bullied, right? Okay, so I came from an elite primary school, alright, and I came from a girls' elite primary school, so the environment there was pretty it was pampered, it was nice and everything. But again, over there, I didn't really have much friends. I was considered a nerd pretty much. Um, I was not I was pretty much the ignored kid in primary school. So after primary school, once we finish our PSLE, primary school leaving examination, we move on to secondary school, right? And and our schools are given according to the results that we actually get for PSLE. So I got a rather mediocre score, which I wasn't too upset about. I mean, I was honestly okay with it. And then so I got into a rather, I would say, neighborhood-ish school. Well, not too neighborhoodish, but still it was kind of neighborhoodish. I got into that secondary school, and during the camp, the orientation and all that, the first 3 months, actually I enjoyed my time there so much. I really thought, okay, this is the school, oh my god, I really feel like I'm going to have the best time in this school. So towards the third or fourth month, I realized that I started to get a lot of friends. People actually, they liked me down there. I had more people liking me compared to my primary school. I had more friends. So I guess naturally, because I realized that I was having more attention, so I think naturally kind of got into my head, and I became super confident. I was super loud. I wanted to do, I was just there trying to do as many things as possible in terms of sports, competition, studies, everything. But I think what happened, and this was in 2012, so this is when I was 13. So January, February, March, April, towards April or May, I started to notice that I started to get more attention, right? And maybe kind of got into my head. And I also did another thing where I realized that there were a group of cool kids in my secondary school. And of course, being a teenager, who doesn't want to be part of the popular clique, right? I barely wanted to be part of the popular gang. I wanted more attention, because also I think that was when social media also started to become a big thing, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And I realized that, oh my god, the more friends I have, therefore the more followers, the more likes I'll have. I just want to be popular, I just want to be known. And I started to kind of observe the cool kids down there, and I realized that back in my secondary school, I don't know what it is, but I guess to me, because I realized that the cool kids, they used to kind of swing their arms and walk, which it's oh my god, it sounds so stupid, right? Even when I look at those kind of walks, I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that once, back then, once upon a time. So yeah, and and I saw them they used to swing their arms and walk, and just have their chest up and all that, and I really wanted to be one of them. So and the thing about me is that I'm an observer. So once I want something, I observe it, and it kind of just gets into me, Plus, I was a dancer also back then. So, yeah, it kind of, happens to you naturally. Like, you observe, and after you kind of take it into your body, right? Yeah, and then I started to kind of swing my arms at the point of time, because I also kind of, thought to myself, hey, even I think my dad swings his arms and walks, right? So I thought, since my dad does it, I'm going to do it too. And, just because, and so since I can swing my arms and walk, then I'm probably going to become one of the popular kids down there. So I started doing that, and this is when things start getting really bad, because people start to notice me. So I think, because of course, like, my face and my body and the way I walk, like, I don't think anything matched, right? Like, I don't think I look like a gangster for any. Yeah, I don't look like, I mean, even at the point of time, I didn't look like any of the cool kids, you know what I'm saying? So I think people started noticing that I was trying to act so much just to fit in. So yes, I was trying so hard to fit in, because I thought finally, like, I was going to be accepted in an environment, you know what I'm saying? And then this is when um the bullying slowly started. um People in my level, they started to notice me, and they started, like, saying things at my face. Yeah. And then slowly it escalated to literally, like, guys kicking me at the corridors, you know what I'm saying? And, like, them following me around and kind of, like, imitating the way I walk and the way I do stuff. And yeah, and as a result, I started to hate myself. I had no idea what I was doing. I lost it. Plus, I didn't know how to tell anyone what I was going through, you know. And yeah, and then at that point of time, I only had, like, two friends, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm glad I at least had those two friends. Yeah, and they're actually, like, friends. Like, one of my friend, she's actually my childhood friend, and the other friend is someone that I just met in my secondary school. So yeah, and because of that, so since I started to hate myself, as they say, like, once you start hating yourself, you start kind of, like, giving that negative energy out. So I started to hate people around me as well. Therefore, I completely hated and despised my sec 1 and sec 2 class. Literally, for, like, group projects, I won't even have a group. No one will want me in their group, basically. Yeah, like, oh my god. And to be honest, the only thing that really, like, kind of kept me alive throughout my entire secondary school life was Indian dance. And I'm so glad that that CCA was there at that point of time. And yeah, that was the only thing that really kind of made me live through my entire secondary school life. So yeah, and then by the end of sec 1, I hated my school, I hated myself. And that's when I even started to think about whether I should live or not, because it's like, I felt so weird. Like, I felt like a misfit again. Like, in primary school also, I was kind of a misfit, and then in secondary school again, I feel worse. Like, I hardly had friends, and, like, yeah, it was all that. And basically that's when depression started, right? Like, even I was lost. I didn't even know what I was doing. And actually, even during parent teachers meet, my parents, they tried to complain about it to my teachers. But literally, this is what my form teacher back then, she said. She literally said, oh, something is wrong with your daughter. Like, she's got to do something about it. If majority of them are making fun of her, then she's got to change, not them. And that's when I really, like, kind of was like, you know what? Like, I don't really want to kind of talk about this to anyone anymore. Like, I want to handle this myself, right? And then towards sec 2, like, things get even worse. It was especially my seniors, right? Oh my god. It wasn't even kids from my level that much, but majority of my seniors were the ones who were just constantly, like, every time they looked at me, they had to say something at my face, they had to do something, or some of them were even physical with me. You know what I'm saying? And they would come in gangs and all that. And the sad part was that it was a lot of Tamil kids in that school, a lot of my Tamil seniors who actually did that. To be honest, one of them had actually come up to my face and had been like, listen, like, you're trying too hard. I really think that you should tone down and just, kind of accept you for who you are, and we will love you for who you are. Probably that's the only advice that I would have needed at that point of time. And I think I would have just kind of like understood, and I've been like, you know what, I'm just going to be myself. But again, I hated myself at that point of time because I just felt different, because I couldn't fit in anywhere. Yeah. And then towards like two, what happens is that, okay, so something really bad happens. This when like things escalate even further is when this girl, 2 years older than me, so I was sec 2, she was sec 4. um I think she probably would have kind of like um kind of noticed me and like made fun of me a few times. But I think that day, like, things just went far worse. So me and my friend, we were walking at the corridor, and then this girl, like, kind of, so we're walking this way, and then she goes past this way, and then she kind of walks past us, and then she turns behind, and she literally goes like, "Why are you walking like a slut?" Like, she kind of shouted at us, I guess. And I didn't know what was the meaning of slut. I thought, to me, it sounded like a slut. And I kind of kept quiet. Like, I was like, oh my god, not again. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. And then my friend, she lost it. Like, she was like, you know what, no, I'm gonna confront her. So this girl, so okay, let's call her the bully girl, the one who bullied me, right? And then she walks to the toilet, and then my friend, she follows her, and then so they enter the toilet, and then I guess they were talking. And then after that, I didn't go inside the toilet, I was outside, because I was really like, I don't know, like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. So I guess they were like talking in the toilet for a while, my friend like confronting her, like, hey, don't do this to her, like, it's just not nice, like, you're just being rude, you're being really mean. And then, okay, so they come out from the toilet, and then there I am outside the toilet, right? And then after, she literally pins me to the wall. So her face is literally like this close to my face, and then she literally goes like, do you want me to slap you? Do you want me to slap you right now? Like, if you walk again like that. And I was like, I lost it. I broke down. I started crying. I literally started saying, I'm sorry, like, I don't even know what's going on, I'm sorry. And then she like kind of starts to smile. And then there's this other guy who comes around, and he literally asks her, like, I guess he's like her friend or something, and he literally goes like, do you want any help? Like, do you want any help? Like, tell me if you need anything. And to me, I literally was like, I'm already crying down here. Like, what else do you guys want to do? What, like, punch me? I don't know, like, what you guys want to do together? Like, to me, like, I already lost, like, I admit, like, oh my god. And then, yeah, and then after that, she kind of leaves, like, she starts to laugh and everything, and she walks away. There I am again. So I broke down and all that. And then after that, my friend was really upset. She was so sad that was happening and everything. And then at that point of time, we even had another classmate of mine who happened to be a witness. And so we decided, you know what, we're going to write a formal report to the school that this happened, right? So I was like, and I was really like kind of, I was really expecting the school to take some action, because this is just not right, yeah. And so we wrote a formal like report. So my friend and I, we gave the victim report, and then the other girl from my class who witnessed everything, she gave obviously the witness report. So we gave it in, and then next day when I actually came to school, my discipline mistress, she called me and the bully girl out. And oh my god, this is when I literally lost hope in even trying to like get help from anyone, you know. So she literally comes around. She's a Tamil lady, actually, my discipline mistress at that point of time. Um, she literally went like, "Listen, this is not a Tamil movie. Like, stop fighting over this kind of things. Like, don't be stupid." And then she literally just dismissed it. So it was like she didn't even take into consideration that someone is actually being hurt here, and you know, um, this could probably happen again in the school, but it seemed like she couldn't be bothered, because apparently it was a waste of time. And I lost it. I completely gave hope. I went further into depression because I didn't know how to ask for help. And also, like, talking about mental health in general itself, like in school, it was already a taboo. Like, no one really talks about it, and like, I was very scared to approach the counselors also, because I know that, if people were to see me approaching the counselor, then it will be probably like the next big news. Like, I already had enough, like, of things that I was going through. I didn't want to, again be noticed for the wrong things. Yeah, and my grades also went down. Like, I was just completely spiraling down. Every single day, I kid you not, I literally will come back home. Ever since like secondary one, like 13 years old, I literally would come back home, out face like my room windows, and then I will just start crying. Like, yeah, so I mean, this is basically a room, and this is literally how I'll say. It's just that behind this the window. I'll show you guys. Yeah, so that is basically the window that I used to literally like kind of sit and look out of the window, and just I used to cry. I used to pour my heart out and literally ask God, like, why am I going through this kind of things? Like, why am I misfit? Why can't I fit in anywhere? Like, why don't people like me? Why can't people accept me for who I am? I was just losing it every single day. And that's when my anxiety also came in, and that's when also I started coming late to school, like, a lot, because I hated school by then. I hated it because teachers were of no help. I was so scared to approach my school counselors, plus I didn't really have great hopes on them also. And the education system was already very stressful, I didn't know what was going on with me, and it was so hard to explain to my parents also, because from the family that I'm brought up in, they don't really kind of believe in like mental health stuff. They don't really believe that mental health also is as serious as taking care of your physical health. Yeah, so I was breaking down every day. But you know what, I think throughout all that, at least I had two of my friends who were still supporting me through all of that, and I still had Indian dance, and I was still dancing after school. So I guess, at least that kind of still like made me going. It kept me going. Despite all of that, it still kept me going. I was like, you know what, I at least have them. At least I have one or two that I still enjoy in life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I got into sec 3. I was so scared that I was probably gonna, like, not be promoted to the next year or something, because I was just, oh my god, it was just so hard. But I got promoted into sec 3, and this time around I was so glad, because I was in a different class. I was streamed into a different class according to the subjects that I took, and I made sure me and my best friend, we were like in the same class. And then what happens in sec 3, when I finally think that things kind of get better, because the senior year also kind of graduated, and I was super happy, because oh my god, I did not like the kids in that year. Oh god. And yeah, and I was so happy, like, oh my god, they're finally out from school. Like, one batch of seniors down. That means I only have the sec 4 to deal with, you know so yeah. And then what happened was, oh my god, this is when again I felt like my world was crashing. Both of my best friends, the only friends I had in the school, they left the school, like, from the period of like January to like June. So the best friend in my class, she literally left like in January itself of sec 3 to another school. I broke down. I completely broke down then, because I was like, oh my god, like, that means I only have one friend, but she's not also in the same class as me. Like, I've still got to deal at least half the things myself. And then yeah, and then towards June, my other friend also leaves, and then I was like, what is going on? Like, why am I even surviving? I don't get it. Like, this is just crazy, right? Because it's like, I felt like I was already going through so much, and I had no help, and I was already trying so hard to deal with it myself. And yeah, and then okay, so that's when basically my world crashed by the time I was 15 years old, and that was, I think, in June 2014. So I really thought I was gonna kind of die, but of course I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I think even through that, I found a way to kind of overcome that. So what I did was that I started to focus more on my studies, because that was the only thing right now that was probably going to keep me going to even come to school. I focused more on my subjects, and I actually I hated math till then. I was a really, really bad student in math. But then up till then, like, I literally started to do better in math. I started to all of a sudden find passion for maths. I was doing better in A math than E math. And actually, I think sec 3 semester 1 exams, I think that was the first time I literally scored like my best results in like my entire secondary school life. Yeah. And that's when, because now I was in a new class, I had new friends in my class, and then I started to slowly open up to, other races, because I was usually very like confined to my race and my language people. But that's when, because since my both my friends were actually Tamil people also, they left. I started to mingle around more with like kids of other race, of other language, and all that. And then this time around, I made like a whole new group of friends. So it was one guy and two girls, and we are still like the best of friends still today. Like, oh my god, like I can just call them up anytime and be like, hey, how are you doing? Like, all of that. Yeah, and I think since I started to focus on more on myself, um the bullying subsided, or I would say maybe I was just more ignorant to the bullying. Yeah, and then so sec 3 kind of started to get better towards the end of December, even though both my best friends left and everything. Yeah, and then towards sec 4, because O level year, right? And all the seniors left. Oh my god, all the seniors that I was like, oh my god, like I can't even look at you. They all left the school. I was so glad. And but this was O level year, and towards O level, I became very stressed about my studies because I badly wanted to enter the top 5 JCs, right? So I was so like, because I was going through depression, anxiety, didn't know how to help myself out, and so much of stress on me because there was also like my CCA to handle and everything. I started to miss school a lot because of that. I just wanted to stay at home. I didn't want to face it. Yeah, and then because of that, what my teacher did at that point of time in sec 4 was that she actually um put me in counseling for the first time. And I was like, okay, you know what, I'll try it. So I went into the counseling room like super discreetly. Like I made sure that no one knew that I was actually going to the counselor. So this was just once that I went for counseling. And the reason why I only did it once is because so I entered the counseling room and I really thought she would just listen to me. But no, she started like drawing graphs and pie charts, and she started giving numerical values to the emotions that I was feeling. Like she started to weigh my emotions. Like why not just listen to me? You know what I'm saying? Like just show me that like you care for me and that you can actually create a human connection with me. But no, she didn't do any of that. It was like another theory lesson that I was going through, and I was like, you know what, I'm done. I'm not going to talk to anyone about my problems anymore. Like I'm completely done. Because even adults are not willing to understand, how will people my age ever understand what I'm going through? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I kind of kept problems to myself, and just I tried so hard to get through it myself. And even till today, I'm still dealing with the depression and anxiety that started back then. But of course, like right now I'm trying my level best, to get proper therapy or something and see what I can actually do about it. And but one of the major things that of course that has helped me throughout all of this has been meditation. I mean, oh my god, if I did not learn how to meditate, I don't think I would have even like come this far in life in general. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but even though I went through like really, really, so after sec 4, we actually kind of, so we finished our O levels, we move on to another school right after that. So it's like a completely different environment again. I mean, I was applicable for a few of the JCs in Singapore, but I told my dad, like, no, I don't want to be doing the Singapore MOE system anymore. And therefore, he kind of shifted me to an international school just for 2 years, and I think that was one of the best things that probably would have happened to me because yeah, again, I didn't really have a lot of friends or anything, but people were just so much nicer. And I think that's when I really started to heal as a person, and know that, okay, maybe the world is not all that bad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So even though, of course, like my entire 4 years in secondary school was full of trauma and everything, right? I would say that I'm really glad I went through all of that because I don't think then I would have ever kind of like known my potential. You know what I'm saying? Like to know that that I'm also a fighter. Like I can get through those kind of things. You know what I'm saying? And um, if I ever face it in the future, I'll probably will be better at kind of handling it. Yeah. And so, if any of you guys are going through bullying, all I have to say is that yes, it's going to be really difficult. Yes, it's tough. But guess what? After all of that, trust the process, okay? Never give up on yourself and just tell yourself that, you know what? Like, there's something you learn from this. I'm learning from this. And I'll grow as a person. I'll come out from this. It's going to make me stronger. I'm going to become more confident than ever. You know what I'm saying? And if you ever feel like you're a misfit anywhere, do not worry, because it just shows that all the more you're more unique and you have more to provide this world than anyone else, pretty much. So yeah. Wow. So, but I think I'm going to tell myself today that this is the last time I'm ever going to kind of like talk about my entire bullying situation, because oh my god, like it just thinking about it just makes me go through so much of feelings, emotions that I can't even express. And yeah, but I'm definitely getting through it. I'm getting better day by day from all those experiences and everything. Yeah. So I really hope you guys could relate to my video. I know that bad times definitely are there to kind of make you appreciate the world better, and of course like bring the best out of you. But I mean, maybe as cliche as it sounds, but it, I believe in that, you know what I'm saying, yeah. So damn, just talking about this entire experience is like it just makes me go all nervous, I don't know why. Yeah, anyways, thanks a lot guys for watching my videos. And and I mean, just making videos itself, like it makes me so happy. Until next video, see you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Find out who you really